Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire. A few sessions ago we were with Dhritarashtra and Gandhari and Vidura and Sanjaya leaving Hastinapura for forest exile, and then we did a rewind and we went back to the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where we went to the very important occasion of Bhishma reciting and telling the Vishnu Sahasranamam to Yudhishthira and others. And in Vishnu Sahasranamam, we were in the Purva Pithika, which is the preface to the 1,000 names. And we saw that our elders have said, Gita Sahasranamaiva Stavarado Yunusmatihi Gajendra Mokshanam Chaiva Pancharatnani Bharate. The 5 Ratnas of Mahabharata are Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhishma Stavaraja, Anusmriti, and Gajendra Mokshanam, some elders have said. We saw a little bit about Anusmriti is last time as well. And we saw how Nammalvar has said that each name of the Lord, who is famous for 1,000 names, each name is such that it seems to have 1,000 faces for the protection of the 7 worlds. And the commentators in the of Nammalvar's poetry have said that the Lord's name is somehow he wants to protect his devotees. Vyajam. Because his name is more powerful than himself. Because if he is himself, like he is Sri Krishna or he is Sri Rama or Narasimha or any other avatar of his own that he has taken a form and come to this world, then he is under certain conditions, he has certain restrictions. Restrictions is that he has come there for the purpose of protecting the good, vanquishing the bad, establishing the rule of dharma. Whereas his name has no such, his name is beyond all this. So it doesn't depend who you are, where you are, what you do. If you take the name is just somehow the Lord wants to protect you, help you, progress spiritually, and therefore the name. That is the interpretation that the elders have given for Nammalvar's poetry. And we had quickly to look at what we have done. We have seen Yudhishthira approaching Bhishma after having listened to whole of Shanti Parva, which is about 15,000 verses of Upadesha on all aspects of Dharma. All aspects of Dharma. And after that, in Anushasanika Parva, another so many 1,000 verses he has heard. And then after having heard so much of Dharma, he has gone and approached Bhishma. Sutva dharma nasheshena pavanani cha sarvasah yudhishthira shantanavam punarevabhya bhashata. Having heard all dharmas, each of which is cleansing, purifying, once more Yudhishthira goes to Bhishma and asks him a question with the idea that, all right, you have told me, I have heard from you all aspects of dharma, but in your own heart, in your own view, in your own estimate, which is highest dharma? So Acharya Ruchi, he wants to know. Acharya will tell you the Shastra, but it's up to you to also find out your own, what is your actual Ruchi, so that you can take that from him for yourself. So with that in mind, he asks certain questions. Adi Shankara in his commentary says, Alpa Prayasam Analpa Phalam. So he wants to know the dharma which is easy to do. Alpa Prayasam, very easy to do it should be. It should not be difficult to do. It should not be expensive. You should not have to spend a lot of money. You should not have to spend too much effort. Simple. Analpa Phalam, the fruit should be, it should deliver you. It should be deliverance itself. So what is that? Which is that way? Which is that method? Which is that dharma? With that in mind, he asks a set of 6 questions. The 6 questions were, Kimekam daivatam loke kim vapyekam parayanam स्तुवन्तः कं कमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुः मानवाः शुभम् ओ धर्मः सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जपन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्म संसारबन्धनात्. These are the 6 questions. Kimekam daivatam loke. First question. Which is the one supreme God, which is so proclaimed by all the Shastras? Kim vapyekam parayanam. Which is the one supreme goal? Vantah kam kamarchantah prapnuyo manava shubham. By praising whom and by offering worship to whom does a man attain auspiciousness? These are 2 questions. So, praising whom is one question, worshipping whom is another question. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 is done. And 5th question, ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavatah paramo matah. Which according to you, O Acharya, is the highest of dharmas in your own view? Bhavatah paramo matah. Kim japan muchyate jantu janma sansara bandhanat. The last question, 6th question is, by doing japa of which jantu means a creature is liberated from the shackles of from the bondage of transmigratory existence. These are the 6 questions that he puts to Bhishma. Although O Dharma Sarva Dharmanam includes all dharma, which is the 5th question, the 6th question he says Kim Japan. So he's already leading towards an answer saying by doing japa of which is the question. And we saw the reply of Bhishma. Jagat Prabhum Devadevam Anantam Purushottamam Svannama Sahasrena Purusha Satatottitah Tameva Charche Nityam Bhaktya Purushamavyayam Dhyayan Stuvan Namasyanscha Yajamanastamevacha Anadinitanam Vishnum Sarvalokamaheshwaram Lokadjaksham Stuvan Nityam Sarvadukkhatigo Bhavet Brahmanyam Sarvadharmanyam Lokanam Kirtivardhanam Lokanatam Adbhutam Sarvabhuta Bhavodbhavam Esha me Sarvadharmanam Dharmo Dikatamo Matah Yad Bhaktya Pundarikaksham Stavairarchenarah Sada Paramam yo mahatteja paramam yo mahattapah paramam yo mahadbrahma paramam yah parayanam pavitranam pavitram yo mangalanam cha mangalam daivatam devatanam cha bhutanam yo avyayah pita. He answers the 6th question that I asked. He answers the 6th question first. Somebody said you wanted to know the question. The 6th question was Kim Japan Muchate Jantuhu. By doing japa, what does a creature Janma Sansara Bandhanat Muchyate is freed from the shackles of the world? The word used is Jantu, which means any creature which has the ability to do japa. There is no restriction. It could be any man, any person, anywhere in the world. There is no restriction here. And he had said, the answer, Jagat Prabhum Devadevam Anantam Purushottamam Stuvannama Sahasrena Purusha Satatottitah. Jagat Prabhum, the Lord of the world, Devadevam, the God of gods, Anantam, the infinite one who is not within the limitations of time or space or materiality, Purushottamam, the supreme Antaryamin. By praising him with the 1,000 names, Tvannama Sahasrena, Purusha Satatottitah, by engaging oneself in the chant of the 1,000 names constantly, Satatottitah, then Sarva Dukkhatigo Bhavet, that he is freed from all dukkha, is understood in all answers to all the questions is what? Each of the answers, you have to add that. It's already there, you have to add that. So he gets free. The 6th question is answered first, saying the answer is by doing the japa of the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, you will be freed from Bhavasagara. Is the first answer that he gives. We saw a little bit detail of this at that time, last time. We will not go into that. And then when we saw that, the next he answers the question, Kamarchanta. Right. Tamevachachayan nityam bhaktya purusham avyayam dhyayan stuvan namasyansta yajamanas tamevacha. by offering worship to him, to this Lord Vishnu, with bhakti, to this Supreme Lord who is undecaying. How do you do it? Dhyayans tuvan namaskyanscha, by contemplating on him, by singing his praise, by prostrating towards him. In this method, all three, dhyayan is manasam, stuvan is vachikam, and namaskyan is kayikam. All three method by the mind, by the mind, by the speech, and by the body, offering worship to the Lord. Chartyan Nityam, this is the way he says, this is the way you have to do it. And Bhattar, Parashara Bhattar says, Ayameva Bhakti Yoga Mukti Mahapatha. What else is Bhakti Yoga? What else is a royal path to salvation except this? Jayans Tuvan Namasyasya Yajamanas Tamevacha. So that was the answer to the fourth question. And then he comes to the third question. Stuvantaha come, and he had answered, Anadinidhanam Vishnum Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Lokadhyaksham Stuvan Nityam Sarvadukhatigo Bhavet. Anadinidhanam Vishnum, Anadinidhanam. He who is not subject to birth and such 6 modifications, growth, death, like that. He's not Anadinidhanam Vishnu, who is Sarvavyapi. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, he is the Supreme Lord of all the worlds. Controller of all the worlds. Lokadhyaksham. Lokadhyaksham means one who swabhavikena bodhena sakshat pashyati iti lokadhyaksha. By his self-knowledge, he sees everything. Because he has self-knowledge, he sees everything. That is lokadhyaksham. By worshipping him, by singing his praise, you overcome all sorrows. And answer continues. Brahmanyam sarvadharmagyam lokanam kirtivardhanam lokanatham mahadbhutam sarvabhuta bhavodbhavam. Brahmanyam. He is sung by the Vedas. Sarvadharmagyam. He is the knower of all dharma. Lokanam kirtivardhanam. By his own Shakti entering his devotee, he amplifies the glory of the devotee. The devotee has no glory apart from the glory of the Lord. It's the Lord who enters, his own Shakti enters in the devotee and enhances his glory. Lokanam kirtivardhanam. Lokanatham mahadbhutam sarvabhuta bhavodbhavam. He is the Lord of the world. He is the supreme truth. He is the sarvabhuta bhavodbhavam. He is the origin of all creation. That's why we did a little bit more. Then answer the other question, which was, O dharma sarva dharmanam bhavatah paramo matah. Which dharma, according to you, in your mind, is the supreme dharma, was the question that he had put before Kim Japan Muchite Jantu. To that he is answering. Eshame sarva dharmanam dharmo adhikatamo matah yad bhaktya pundarikaksham stavair archen narah sada. To my mind, the highest of dharma is this, that with bhakti, you must sing the praise and offer worship to Pundarikaksha, Sri Krishna, Narayana. Why is this the best dharma? He had said. This is the best dharma because there is no himsa in this. If you do japa of nama, there is no, you are not creating trouble for any other creature in the world. If you do a yagya or if you do any other form of worship, if you just do archana, I mean some flower will have to be from some plant, you have to take off flowers. That is a himsa to the plant. Right? I mean, it's not. So like that, but here there is no himsa on the one hand. And the other important point is that there is no dependence on anybody or anything. You don't have to wait for somebody, some priest to come or something else, or some item is there or not there. Is this item of worship available or not available? What is the correct time to do this? To do it in the morning or evening? Should I have a bath or not have a bath? Should I be lying down or sitting? There's no restriction in any of this. It's simple to do. This is what he says. Yeshame sarvadharmanam dharmo adhikatamo mata yad bhaktya. But bhaktya, with bhakti you must take the name. Because the Acharya says, there are fishes in the Ganges, but they have no bhava that they are in the Ganges. So they are not going to get liberation. But if you have the bhava, you have the bhakti that this is the Ganges, and you are taking, you are having your bath there, then that emancipates you. Yat bhaktya pundarikaksham is what is important there. And Sri Krishna has said, Yajnanam japayagyosmi in Bhagavad Gita. Among all yagyas, I am japayagya. So that's where approximately we stopped. Right? There are two more questions in the 6 questions that are yet to be answered. First is the second question that he asked. Now he comes to the second question. Second question was, first question was, Kim ekam daivatam loke, who is the one supreme Lord? The second question was, Kim vapi ekam parayanam, which is the one supreme goal. And Bhattar, and we had saw Acharya saying, Kim va api ekam parayanam. Why he is saying va api is because he just wants to know that the answer to this question, is it the same as the answer to the first question, or is it something different? So the first question is Kimekam Daivatam Loke. The second question is, which is the supreme goal? Is the supreme goal the same as the supreme God, or is it something else? So that's why that va api is there, is what the Acharya says. So now the question is, Kim va pyekam parayanam? To this, Bhishma replies, Paramam yo mahatteja, paramam yo mahattapa, paramam yo mahatbrahma, paramam yah parayanam. Paramam yo mahatteja, he who is supreme radiance. Paramam yo mahattapa. Mahattapa. Tapaha here means tapati agyapayati tapaha, supreme ruler. Mahattapa is supreme ruler. He who is supreme radiance, he who is the supreme ruler, he who is the supreme Brahman, he is your supreme goal. That's what he says in the answer to this question. And finally he answers the first question, which is Kimekam Daivatam Loke, which is the supreme Lord. Now that answer he comes to, and he says, Pavitranam pavitram yo mangalanam ja mangalam. Daivatam devatanam cha bhutanam yo avyayah pita. Pavitranam pavitram yo, he is the most purest, holiest of the holy. Mangalanam cha mangalam, he is the most auspicious of the auspicious. Daivatam devatanam cha, he is the God of all gods. Bhutanam yo avyayah pita, of all creatures, he is the undecaying father. He is the origin, he is the father of all. He is the one who is Kibekam Daivatam Loke. This is the Daivatam Loke. Daivatam Devatanam cha. So this answer, Apavitranam Pavitram yo, he who is the holiest of the holy. He who makes holy even the holy rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Kaveri, etc. Why are they holy? They are holy because of him. Why is Kashi, Prayag, Kanchi, Rameshwaram, Gaya, Puri, Dwarka, why are they holy? They are holy because of him. Pavitranam Pavitram yo. Why is it Pavitranam Pavitram yo? Because this Lord removes Ajnana, which is spiritual ignorance, which is the basis of Punya, Apunya karma, of doing good, bad deeds, which is the basis of all bondage, all samsara. He removes that. Therefore, he is the most purest, holiest of the holy, says Shankara. He is the most auspicious of the auspicious, he is the God of gods, he is the undecaying. Bhutanam yo avyayah pita, the father of all creatures. Pavitranam pavitram yo. On this one, Pavitranam pavitram yo, on this one phrase, both Adi Shankara and Parashara Bhatta write pages after pages after pages of commentary. So many corroborations from this Purana, this Upanishad, from Bharatam, from Ramayanam, from here and there, is theirs. They just unleash it's a dam burst of quotations from all over the place. And Pavitranam, Pavitram, they cannot restrain themselves. So we'll just see one or two of what they say in explanation of Pavitranam, Pavitram Yo. Shankara says, Pavitranam, Pavananam, Tirthadinam, Pavitram. As we saw, even the holy rivers, holy streams, they are the holiness of this. They got the holiness from him, and therefore he is Pavitranam, Pavitram Yo. Next he says, very nice. Paramastu Puman, Dhyato, Drishtah, Kirtitah, Stutah, Sampujitah, Smrutah, Pranatah, Papanah, Sarvan, Unmuleti, Paramam Pavitram. It's not that difficult, actually. Paramastu Puman is Supreme Person. Paramastu Puman, Tamil also will know. Supreme Person. Paramastu, Supreme Person. Now, there are various ways by which it seems this Supreme Person, all your papas, all your sins sarvan unmulayati. He just uproots it and sets you free from them. What are the various, what is it that you can do so that he does you this favor of uprooting all your papa? He says, so many ways. Shankara says, dhyato, you can meditate on him. Drishtaha, see him, go to a temple, see the Lord. Drishtaha. Kirtitaha, sing songs. Kirtitaha, sing about him. Sutaha, chant stotras of his praise. Sampujitaha, sit down and offer worship of Sampujitaha. Smritaha, remember him. Smritaha. Pranataha, do prostration. Do namaskaram to him. Papmana sarvan unmulayati paramam pavitram. So there's so many things. Any one of these you do, is taking away all your sins, he says. Therefore is paramam pavitram. In Mahabharata he quotes and says, Atipataka yuktopi jayan nimishamachyutam bhuyas tapasvi bhavati pankti pavana pavanaha. Atipataka yuktopi. There are certain category of people, because of certain ill deeds committed, they are called atipataka yukta. Means fallen to the depths that a person can fall. Atipataka yukta. Absolutely fallen. Api, even if he is such a person. Jayan nimisham achyutam. 1 minute, one moment, if he thinks of Achyuta, the Lord. Bhuyas tapasvi bhavati, once again becomes a tapasvi. Pankti pavana pavanaha. And if such a person who is with Vatipataka, who actually thinks of the Lord Achyuta, and he goes and sits in a pankti, pandi, Tamil, Kalyana pandi shapad. That means people are sitting in one line, right? And that line is full of holy persons. Pankti Pavana, it's a holy line, and he sits there. He makes that line holier, it seems. Pankti Pavana Pavana, because he has taken the name of Achyuta. Such is the power of the name of the Lord. So you see, this Shankara is saying, okay, this Parashara Bhattar is saying, this Bhishma is saying, this Bharatam is saying, this cannot be untrue. This has to be true. It depends on the faith. If there's a simple way of doing something, you say it can't be so simple. Then that's it. I mean, then it's not simple. And then you need to take a complicated way. But if you feel, yes, it is so simple. If somebody says, you know that old story that, there's somebody drowning, is only the person who is free of it. In Ganga, somebody is drowning. And so only the person who is free of sin can go and save him. But if you get into Ganga, you'll be freed from sin. But if you have the faith in that, even the Atipataka Yuktopi will jump in, get freed from sin and save him. Right? It's amounts of faith. So the point is this is what he says. Even Nimisham Achyutam, Bhuyas tapasvi bhavati pankti pavana pavanaha. The entire line of people sitting with him while eating are liberated. This is one good reason why you should eat in a line with in ashrams, etc. Go sit down. Alodhya sarva shastrani vicharya cha punah punah idamekam sunishpannam dheyo narayano hari. So Bharatam says this, alodhya sarva shastrani vicharya cha punah punah. Having done a churning of all the Shastras and having deliberated upon it again and again and again and again, what is the conclusion that has been firmly reached? What is the firm conclusion? Idam ekam surishpannam, what? Dheyo narayano hari. Meditate on Narayana. Meditate on Hari. Like this, Shankara quotes verse after verse after verse from Gita, Upanishad, Purana, etc. Bhattar says, Pavitranam Pavitram Yo, absolutely. But anything which is pavitram only because of Bhagavat Sambandha, otherwise it's not pavitram. Whatever is pure only because it is related to the Lord. Otherwise, what is pure? That is the only thing that is pure. So, Pavitranam Pavitram Yo. So, this is the answer to the question, Kimekam Daivatam Loke. It says, Pavitranam Pavitram Yo, Mangalanam Cha Mangalam, Daivatam Devatanam Cha Bhutanam yo avyah pita. And then ends up with this. Yatah sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yugagame yasminscha pralayam yanti punareva yugakshaye tasya loka pradhanasya jagannathasya bhupate Vishnu nama sahasram me shudu papa bhayapaham. Now, having answered the 6 questions, we are now going we shall be easing into the names, 1,000 names, and Still in the preface, yatah sarvani bhutani pavantyadvigagami.